All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Age Capture Live. I'm your host, Harry Bridgeforth, and I have with me a very special guest, all around well-rounded actor, artist, director, Mr. James Black. How you doing, sir? How you doing tonight?
Doing great, man. Doing great. It's been
Awesome.
finally a week for me.
Okay, busy, working. That's always a good thing, right?
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
yeah. So tonight we're gonna pick James's mind about his career up to this point. We're gonna talk a little bit about his acting, a couple of things that maybe you guys don't know. We're gonna get into his a couple of favors for his personal life. We're gonna ask him about 5 questions related to his professional, and then about 5 or 6 questions related to his personal and the shotgun questions. Um, and then we'll have a little closure with some plugs, social media tie-ins, and then we'll be done for tonight. Okay? Awesome.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Oh,
Okay, getting right into it. For those who don't know, James is not only an actor, but he's a director, and he also works with stunts and martial arts. So, for actors that are kind of in that realm of things, how did you get into acting and stunts?
with acting, it was kind of an accident. I was living in Northern California at the time, and then I came to LA to visit my cousin Brandon Moulton, who's also an actor, writer, very talented actor and writer. And he invited me to his acting class, which is Breaking Through Acting Workshop, which
Mhm.
was headed by Troy Skinner, who's like that's like my man's right there. You know, my
Okay.
mentor, um, acting coach. He's like my personal Jesus. He's just a man of many talents. And,
Okay.
I came to class to like check it out, and I just came in to just watch, and then he looked at me and said, "Get on the stage." I was like, "Oh, okay." And so I got on the stage and did the exercises, and then did a scene. And then I was bit by the bug, man. Like
Yeah,
it's
it
like
got
okay. After that, it's like this. Yeah, it got me. Like this is what I wanted to do. This was back in like mid 14, and I got hit by the bug, man.
That's what's up. So a lot of times, a lot of actors, what they'll do is they usually get tied in through another means, and then when you get there and you actually see how it works and see the back end of how it all takes place, you kind of feel like, I can do this. Was that something that was like for you? You kind of accepted like, oh, this is something I could do.
For me, it was the only thing I could do. Like
Okay.
there was nothing else. Like I that class, like not just a new like career path, but it felt like a new calling. Like I was in a rough spot in my life, and
Mm-hmm.
I immediately found family. I immediately found new friends.
Mm-hmm.
I immediately found like purpose. I felt fulfilled when I was every time I would get on the stage, and so I just put in a lot of. I started working on a lot of different things, to make my transition here. And for me, there was no plan B. There was no like I played it safe. Like I had a job lined up and everything. But as soon as I
Yeah.
got to LA, man, I started hitting the ball rolling. Like I was getting on set, and I was like, okay, well, I guess that job's out the window. Like no more playing it safe. Like if you're gonna actor, you got to go in all the way. There's no plan B, and I've just been sticking with it ever since. And like I knew that's what I knew. There was no thinking about it. There was no second guessing. Like that was it. If anything, I'm gonna do more. Okay, so I'm acting. Let's see what it's like behind the camera. Oh, let's see what it's like doing stunts. Let's see what it's like, learning all the different trades of filmmaking. It was the best decision I ever made.
Awesome, awesome. I love hearing people's origins because it kind of allows people that maybe aren't so in tune with not only their skill level but also like the means of getting that done. A lot of times people don't go off like after it because they always feel like they can't do it. It's too hard. There's too much competition. But as you know, and as I know, there's a lot of things that people don't, they don't really follow through on, and you have to kind of have all your eggs in one basket to be an actor, or we consider that a working actor that's consistently, on display and you know, getting roles, because it's too much competition, but at the same time, it's like you notice that it's a small pool of people. Is that something that you always see, like the same type of people that you know, you're, oh, I auditioned for that. Oh, you got it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go over here. Like, and you get that little group of guys or ladies that you're always intertwined with to some degree. So I think that that's a beautiful thing. It allows you to grow as an artist, because you're competing, but at the same time you're learning with every like, you know, test, testimony. It adds to your repertoire and your portfolio. So that's a cool thing. And going from acting and directing and stunts now, it gives you a wider range of possibilities for your career. That's cool. What's your greatest challenge?
Yeah,
oh, go on. Yeah, go on.
I was just gonna add to that. Like, when I came out here, like it was just one thing, and I was very much that person that didn't think this was possible. Like, I've always been artistic. Nice. I would draw. I would storyboard stuff. I would, you know, that's what I thought I was originally gonna do.
Yep.
And acting, like, it was like that really faint whisper in the back of my mind that I never paid attention to, because it's like, oh, there's no way. There's no way. But me act, come on. Like, you have to be like born rich and lucky to do that. Like, that's what. And then when I came to class, I saw how accessible it was and how much it can just snowball into this big ball of just artistic endeavors. And I just, you know, took advantage of that and I met my people. I met I got all my different people in different groups. I have my stunt friends, I have my actor friends, my friends, my producer friends. Now I got music friends. It's like, and then, you know, I just pull from different ones, and we all learn from each other. Like you said, like it's a competition, but it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah.
You know, support you, and I know you support me. It's that type of deal, you know. That's the way I look at it.
And I think it's a realm of work that is a lot consistent of like word of mouth. Like, for instance, I get a lot of roles based on like my artistic end, because I do like the movie posters and stuff like that. So if someone needs that, they're like, oh, well, do you act too? Oh yeah, I do that. Oh, and they look at the resume, they look, oh, I didn't know you did that. Okay, so I got a role for you. And that's a good tie-in for me, at least in my career. I've always had like roles and projects because I do the other end. So like you said, me being multifaceted, it kind of gives you a platform to kind of showcase when you're there. You're not just an actor, but if you need a director, if you need a producer, if you need a stunt person, if you need a coordinator, if you need, you know, a PA, you know, like at the end of the day, you have a wide range on your resume, and that allows you to any project. Just say you didn't get that role, well, you get a supporting role. Oh, you didn't get a supporting role, well, you get an extra role, or you get like a featured extra, or whatever the case may be. So it kind of like plays a part, and as you get more and more in tune with other people, it allows you to expand that group, and depending on what they're working on, they may suck you in for certain things. So that's a great way to keep camaraderie and build your resume. So that's dope. What's the greatest challenge as an actor, stunt performer, or director that you see? What's the greatest challenge that you see?
There's challenges for all three of those individually. I think the greatest challenge for me is always within directing. Like, to me, everything in acting that's the easy part. That's the fun part. Everybody wants to be on set, and you know, of course, it's work. You have to, you know, research your character. You have to, you know, learn that character. You have to build it and all that, and then you have to get on set. You know, there's certain difficulties with that, but the most challenging is, in my opinion, in my experience, directing without a budget.
Okay. Yep.
That's definitely the most challenging. Yeah, I will act. I will play a character. I will do as many takes as you need me to be. As a stunt performer, I will do the fight as long as my body can handle it. I will do the same. I did one film where I had to wreck on the ground like 10 times. Like, it's I'll do that, you know?
Yeah. Well, you better have that check right, though.
Yeah, that check better be right. But directing without a budget, it tests your resolve, and it tests your creativity. because you're not working with a Christopher Nolan sized budget. You're working with, maybe the money that you made last week bartending, or whatever. And it's, my whole idea is, how can I make this look like it's straight from a Netflix series, but with next to no money? Like, how do I make that happen? And there's always problems that you run on set, and post-production is like the bane of my existence. I hate it, but
it's the worst.
Oh man, it really is just surviving, man.
Yeah, you can't go back. It's like you ever get a project that you're on and everything looked good, but the sound was messed up. It's like that was the number one thing that I always ran into a couple, and it wasn't even me. I started directing, but like I would have directors and they would say like, oh well, you got to come back and shoot this because the sound wasn't right. I'm like, wait, what? Like that's. But then I noticed from the director's perspective that can destroy your whole project. That's a key element. I'm
currently dealing with bad sound right now on a project, and it's like I knew it was gonna happen. I am a stickler for sound. Like even as a cinematographer, like I ask, if it's like a super low budget production or whatever, like I'll work with anybody as long as it's like up to a standard. Yeah. If you don't have sound, I won't shoot it.
Yeah.
Like I won't even. Like
no subtitles. We're not doing that.
No, we're not doing that. Yeah. And the whole fix it in post mentality, like nah.
Yeah, nah.
I can't. Because you have to have a certain respect for film in order to understand that your sound is just as important as your vision. Yep. Like your visual helps your people see it, helps the audience see it. The sound helps them feel it. It's like yin and yang to me. Like, so yeah, it's, as a director, the best directors are the best problem solvers. It's all about solving, and to me, that's just where the greatest challenges come. Let's say, for instance, you're shooting a sci-fi film. There's special effects involved, but you never had that type of experience. Then you go into post. And you realize, oh, okay, we're shooting in a dark room, like shooting gunfire, those muzzle flashes, but the room is not being lit up by the muzzle flash. How do we fix that? You learn from mistakes like that, and just trial and error of that. Like it's the most challenging, but it's also kind of the most fun because you learn a lot. You learn a lot that way.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot of the stuff that I learned from, like I said, the directing part, because as actors, we go in, we do our job, we leave, and then we kind of say, well, I did my part. If you didn't like it, we could do it, like you said, take after take. But like when I'm done, I'm done. Directors, you're in there for the long haul. You got to make sure that last shot is right. The sound, post-production, director's cut, editing, marketing, all that stuff looks right, because if you don't, that's your vision trashed. So it's kind of like, that's your representation of, like, if you're a good director, are you a person that sees it all the way through? Are you a person, like you said, that can solve problems and like on the spot? Someone don't show up, they don't remember their line. How do we fix this scene? Because all this money's invested. All these people are sitting at you, looking at you like, I did my job.
Yeah, it's on you.
Yeah, it's on you.
And you have to have the mental capacity to be able to handle that.
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
There's a film that I'm working on too. Like we micro budget, but man, we had a set of like, I want to say it was like 30 people on set. Wow. Like 30 extras and like 3 actors. Wow. And it was 3 of us running that whole set. It was 3, like wrangling all these extras, and I'm on the camera, and I'm doing the lights, I'm getting the shots, while the lead actress, she's the director. Like I'm directing her when she's on camera, and then when she's not, like she's directing. There's so much responsibility that you have to take care of. You got to be on point with everything. You got to cross every T, dot every I, and then you have to be aware of your time. You have to. That's what I'm saying, man. I don't judge people's work by the budget that they have. Like you can have a $20 million budget, but
it's and be garbage, like straight trash.
Let me see what you can do with nothing.
Yeah. Nothing. That's when you see. Yep. Yeah, that's when you see the talent.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's the perspective I come from.
That's what's up. So as an actor, who is your favorite actor, and how do they inspire you? as an actor?
Ooh, that is not. Oh,
We going in
my,
it.
my favorite actor?
Mm-hmm.
God. Oh, who just man? I don't think I have a favorite actor. I've had like favorites. Probably
Mm-hmm.
Denzel.
Here we
That
go.
was that was probably my favorite growing up. But there was always actors that stuck out to me that I didn't that I don't think got enough credit. There's this one actor, I believe his name is Cliff Owen.
Mm-hmm.
I think his name. He's a New Zealand actor. He's
Okay.
that search him up. If you remember Training Day, remember the
Yep.
movie Training?
Yep.
He was the played as Smiley,
Smiling.
the Latino gang leader.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
Him, Jeffrey Wright.
Mm-hmm. Jeffrey Rice. Well, he's getting his credit now.
He's getting
Later on
that.
in his career.
I was on Jeffrey. I was watching him when he was playing Martin Luther King.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like he still had that talent back then, but obviously as an actor, you still grow. But he's getting like that's the other part of an artist. I think that's the artist, and we, as an artist, we kind of assume that we're going to receive the credit, beliefs, fans, money, all that stuff earlier on. But you never know when in your career you're actually going to get that piece where you're going to get the credit. Like, oh, and this guy was doing all this, like you said, Martin Luther King, he was doing that a while back. Now he's getting the credit. He's like Oscar worthy, like he's getting nominated, like, you know what I mean? And like you got a guy like Leonardo DiCaprio, he got nominated, he was like 16 and didn't get one until he was like in his 40s. You know what I mean? Like perfect example.
Gotta give Leo his credit.
Yeah. My favorite
like,
has always been Denzel. So that was a good pick. Yeah, I've always had like Denzel, Will Smith.
Oh, probably Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, Snipes.
I'm a big Snipes fan.
Sam Jackson, he's in there. I think Sam Jackson's like my 2 or 3. So
yeah, I would say
Leonardo's like up in my top 5.
I think the one that inspired me, though, was probably Wesley Snipes the most.
Yeah,
because the way his career went before like his tax troubles and all that. That's kind of how I want to go.
Yeah.
Oh, but who inspired me to like actually want to do movies was Jackie.
Jackie Chan. Okay, see, here you go. There you go.
Yeah. Jackie Chan inspired me to want to get into movies.
That's what's up. Jackie is a unique person, unique character, and I think more he's known for his comedy and like obviously his stunt work and stuff, but I think he's an underrated martial artist. I think a lot of people, they kind of keep him like in that comedy realm, but like when he was younger, a lot of the stuff, if you watch his younger stuff, like he was doing some crazy stuff, when he was younger. I think he's a legend in his own, but I guess they kind of keep him in like a box over here. Like he was only like the comic relief guy. You know what I mean? Like that's how I see it. Versus like a Jet Li, where he's kind of like, oh, he tradition, Wing Chun, martial arts tournament guy. But yeah, I like Jackie. Jackie's a good pick. That's what's up. I like Jackie.
Yeah. Jackie inspired me to get into martial arts and then film, which that kind of went hand in hand at some point.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So the next question is, for those who don't know, Mr. James, he was in an international commercial for Dune. So a lot of that stuff, I have to put that out there, because that when I saw that was when I was like, okay, this guy is doing his thing. I have to have him on his show before he blows up. And then the idea is that, the idea is I respect the hustle from actors. I see their careers. I have friends that have blown up overnight. I have people that have been working for years and I still see them grinding away. You have your own personal success, and you always try to support the guys and the ladies that are working to have a career in something they love. So when I saw that, I was like, man, I can see you doing some other stuff. I can see you doing, getting into a martial arts movie. A Marvel movie would be great. I think they got characters that could fit. Oh, you know what you should do? Try out for Static Shock. They got Michael B. Jordan doing it. I know you could probably play in that in that because it's right now DC is redesigning everything, and you got that as a platform. You know, I can see you playing that.
Did you see my Black Lightning fan film?
Mm-mm. Send it to me. Send it to me. I want to see it.
Me and my guy Choice, my mentor, my acting coach, we did a Black Lightning fan film, and I played Static in that fan film.
Yo, like that's when I look at you, I can see it. I can see like you go to the audition, they could be like, oh, that's the guy right there, and then you got the rest of.
Hold on, just a second.
Yeah, let me see. Let me get it.
Find it if I still got it. I don't know if I even got it. I hope I got it.
Because I know that Michael B. Jordan, he's not. I think he's acting in it, but he's obviously not playing Static, and he's got a good hold on. Like, yeah, man, that's what's up. Telling you, you need to do a marketing campaign for that, and just be like,
bro,
you know,
that was clutch. If I got that, like maybe like an older, like a college level stat, that would be great.
I mean, you think about it, right? Even if it isn't where it's DC level, where you got Warner Brothers backing it, somebody else could do a movie or have a character that's like that you play and you could get on. You know, like for instance, a lot of people that started, they didn't like for instance, the guy like when Ryan Reynolds did it, he did Green Lantern, right? He was trying to get into like the whole superhero thing. And Green Lantern didn't pan out for him, but then he lands Deadpool, and it's like a perfect role for him. Like I can't even think of somebody else that can play that. You know what I mean? But it was just because he was doing that and trying to weave into that realm. I can see you doing that. Even if you don't get Static, keep going, bro. I like seeing the Dune thing. But for the fans, we're getting off track. I could talk about the comics and all that stuff. So, but like for the fans, how did you land that? For someone that's coming up, like how did you land something that big?
That was a simple audition. It was a football audition.
Okay.
They did it because it was a cross promo with ESPN. And so they asked me to send in a self tape of me running. They wanted to see like my running stride, and and they want to see me run some football routes. And I'm like, okay, this must be some type of NFL joint. And I had a friend, you know, record me running and then throwing a football, catching a football, and I just sent it in, and it was like, okay, you're hired, you know, and it was simple as that. And they flew me out to Utah, like a few days later, and because in Utah they have this desert area that looks like the Sahara Desert. It's like nothing but sand dunes for miles, and we shot out there. They took care of me. I was running all over that desert, and I was exhausted. I rolled my ankle, and then it was nuts. I kept on hurting myself. I did a light hamstring pull because I'm not used to running sprint.
Yeah.
All of my training is like martial arts, and so. And there was blowing sand all in my face. It was like a sandstorm that they crafted. I couldn't see where I was running, so I ended up rolling my ankle. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun, and I got to put on the suits that they had. And
suits, yep.
It was a good time.
Yeah, I seen that. And I was like, well, because I'm a big sci-fi guy, and I remember the original Doom. This is dating me for my age and stuff, but I remember the original Doom. And then I saw that they were putting together the second, like, you know, a remake. And then when I saw it, I was like, okay. And I saw the commercial. I was like, why am I? Oh, wait, that's Jay. Oh, that's him in the commercial. I was like, yo, I know that dude. I know that dude. And then I think I saw it on ESPN first. And then I saw it on your Facebook. And I was like, oh, okay, that has to be him. That's him. Because I thought it was you. I was like, yeah, that looks like him. And then I was like, oh, that's him. That's what's up. So the simple thing is that a lot of people, going back to the acting, is that a lot of people don't understand it's that simple. It's just you being in that realm, you putting together your resume, because your resume was what they looked at and they said, oh, this guy could do it. But I really want to see how he looks. You know what I mean? How he looks doing this, how he looking. And like you said, they had that idea. It wasn't even related to football. They just wanted to see how you would act on the sand and all that other stuff. And then obviously they took care of you, because those types of budgets, we all know they kind of bless you pretty good. Any international thing, you look at a good check. So hopefully they did well. And And the last question I have is before we get into the shotgun questions, if you had a dream role, what would it be and who would direct it?
Oh, I got a few for that one.
Okay.
It ain't just one.
Okay, let me hear them. Put them in the universe, bro.
All right. So first of all, Static Shock is a dream role of mine.
Here we go.
I would love it. And honestly, I would want my guy Choice to direct that.
Yeah.
My boy, yeah, Choice. Like, I'm putting it out there in the universe. If you're watching this, somebody get this man an $80 million budget so he can direct the Static Shock movie. Michael B. Jordan.
Choice.
but gotta direct it. Because that goes back to me and him, man. Another one is Mortal Kombat.
Oh, I can see it.
I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan. It literally inspired my first fist fight. So, Mortal Kombat, give me the role of Cyrax.
Yep.
Who would I want to? I want to direct it because I didn't like what they did with the. That was. We're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah, we're not gonna get that. Could be all nighter because I have comments too.
But yes,
they're making another one. You know that, right?
Huh?
They're making another one. You know that, right?
I know. I told my agent to start submitting me for that.
Yep.
There's Mortal Kombat. I also want to play. I would love to play an Egyptian deity. Like Set or Horus or Anubis, like some Egyptian mythology based movie. That's also another dream role of mine. And last but not least, I would love to play the character of Yasuke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Africans.
I mean, like I said, you put it in the universe. You don't know who's listening. You know what I mean? So the idea is that if you're there and you set yourself up and you're prepared, you get that phone call. Come send it that audition. Make sure you're right.
Dude,
that's what it's about.
Oh yeah,
that's what's up. I can see.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was saying I can see those characters that you said for every role. You know what I mean? And I think it depends on the level for each one of those. You know what I mean? If you wanted, like, there's fan films, there's low budget, micro budget, middle budget, high budget. I always look at, like, it doesn't really matter about the budget. It's like, what particular role do you want to play? Like, for me, my particular role that I always wanted to play was Jon Stewart in Green Lantern. So, like, for me, that's like the.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah, that's the role that I would be like. That's a superhero. He's one of my favorite. He's a guy of color. He's in DC. I'm a DC fan. And depending on how they do it, it could be something that in the martial arts thing and the stunt stuff, it's just all tied in. So, like, to me, I always look at, like, that would be my character if I ever got one, and that would be the one I would want to play. Jon Stewart. So we'll see. We'll put that in the universe as well. We'll see what happens.
We're gonna put the universe, man. But for me, also, like, I named everything that's, like, already existing. For me, I'm the type, I like to create my own.
Yeah.
Like my short film that I'm working on now, like, that's one, like, that would be the dream role that I would want someone else to, like, I want to play that guy. Like, I like to create my own stuff and put it out there. But DC, first of all, I would love to be in a DC movie, period. I'm a DC guy too.
That's what's up.
Marvel, but, like, DC, like, the Static Shock, that's close to my heart right there, man.
I could definitely see that. And like I said, you could. It's not out. Put like this. It's not out of the realm of where you're at. You know what I mean? You could land that role. You know what I mean? Obviously, a lot of people want it, but I could definitely see, like, because you're already in that realm. You got a certain level of stardom. You got the martial art background, the stunt background, and then you physically already look like the guy. So it's not like they would have to do so much to, like, alter like the way you look. So I see what he says. I'll put it out there.
Yeah.
So that's what's up. Yep. So now we're gonna get into the shotgun questions. This is more like the personal stuff. Your what you favor over another thing. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you around 5 or 6 questions. You can elaborate on it if you like, but it's really like you like this or you like that. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
So first question: better franchise. Okay, better franchise. Yankees or Red Sox?
Dude, I don't watch baseball.
It's just a general question. If you got to pick one or the other.
I'm guess and say Yankees because
there we go. There we go. See, I already knew I liked you. You good. You good. Next question. Which is a better saying? You know who sayings are?
You mean like don't...
There we go. I told you I knew I liked you. This is the question though. This is the question.
Okay.
Better saying Goku or Vegeta?
Vegeta all day.
See.
That's the prince, man.
That's the guy. Everybody be, oh my God. Yo, we're here. James, we're right here. We're here. Yeah, I could go on any. Oh, I gotta. I'm trying to do a fan film. It's titled Piccolo. I'm gonna play Piccolo. So I might reach out. I'll let you know when I'm shooting that. We'll see what Savon said. They might want to ban me, but I definitely want to shoot it because like if you ever watched the original Dragon Ball, they ruined that, and then a lot of the films that do well, it's the animated one, but they can't really nail the live action. So I was just like, I want to play Piccolo. He's a character of mine from that genre that I feel like I could play. Definitely, shave the hair and all that other stuff and kind of pull off the visuals. But it was something that I was like, I definitely want to have Vegeta in it, Goku, and other people. So if you're interested, get martial artists in it. It'll be something that'll be cool.
Okay.
But we'll talk after. We'll talk at some point about it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Next question. Better artist. Okay, better artist. Prince or Michael Jackson?
Ah, shit, man. Oh, damn.
They give you the easy ones.
Oh man, that's so hard.
Lightly.
I was mentioning Choice earlier, and he's a hardcore Prince fan. But Choice, I might have to disappoint you, man, and go with Michael Jackson on this one.
There it is.
I grew up on more Michael than I did Prince.
That's usually how people are. It's like if you research them both, you kind of give respect to both of them, but you gravitate to one or the other. I think Prince is the better musician, and
absolutely.
My take is like Michael is a better artist,
performer, artist, yeah,
because like he could dance, sing, play instruments. He was a child prodigy. He had a longer span of stuff, but it's hard to choose one or the other. That's why I was asking. They kind of favor where your brain goes in terms of like what
they
type
both
of
they both had these high levels of greatness to where now it's like you're past the measuring.
Yeah, it's like you're competing.
Like
you're competing at another level,
But Michael for that one.
Michael for that one. That's what's up. So I guess this one is pretty easy because you probably already touched on it. But Team Marvel or Team DC?
I'll go. Okay, so with that one. Team DC on the animated, Team Marvel on the live action.
On the live action, yeah, that's usually where it goes.
Yeah,
I'm a DC fan, but I put like Marvel got they got the cinematic universe correct. DC,
they got the right form.
Yeah, they slopping it, they messing it up. Then they're rebooting the whole thing now anyway. So it's like, all right, whatever.
My whole thing is like Marvel set the perfect formula to follow for anyone who wanted to do a cinematic universe, and DC, although it was a bit controversial at first when they did Man of Steel, they had the right start, Do your Superman movie, do your Batman movie, do your Wonder Woman, then do a Justice League movie. Then they rushed it and it just became this kind of
all over the place. And I think that's the part where a lot of people got disappointed because they were like, well, why do you have to do it different from Marvel? That's really what it kind of felt like. You're like, you're going out of a formula that works. That's just logical. You set up the big movie.
Yeah.
You know, you set up the people that you don't know. You don't know Cyborg that well, or some people don't know the Lanterns, or even Flash. And then you bring them with the trilogy or Trinity, and then you create the Justice League. It's like, okay, well, that's just logical. It just makes logical sense. But we're not going to do that. We're going to go We're going to go backwards. We're going to create more drama because that's what we do. And then we ended up rebooting anyway. So it's like, all right, you ended up doing the same thing. You got James Gunn from Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Got, you know, Tommy Emmerich now running DC, and they're rebooting it. And I guarantee they're going to do the same thing. Start with Superman, then get Batman, Wonder Woman, then you create the team. It's logical sense, you know?
Yeah.
So we could talk about that forever. That's just so disappointing.
Oh, dude, I could go talking about this type of stuff.
Well, like I said, we'll talk again. I'll have you on. We'll talk some more like comic book stuff if you like that. That's what's up. Because I'm a big comic book fan. I like the mythologies. I like the cinematic universe. I'm kind of open to everything. And right now, I like how they are rebooting, but I'm disappointed that some of the actors had to go. Like I like Jason Momoa. I loved Henry Cavill's Superman.
Me too.
Even Wonder Woman, you know, Gal Gadot. I thought they were a good star. Even Affleck. Affleck surprised me. I was not an Affleck fan.
Affleck was my favorite Batman.
Yeah, and he ended up being my favorite Batman. I'm like, I was not on board. I saw that. I was like, no. And I saw him, I was like, oh, I saw that he had the gray suit, which is the original. He was big, like he fit the character. And then the way that Snyder, I love Snyder in general. But I was disappointed. They got to come correct because whatever. So the last question is a little bit more elaborate. It's a question based on like if you got into a fight, okay? So you go to a bar. This is the scene. You go to a bar, and someone at the bar wants to fight you. All right, and you look over, and there's two guys standing at the bar, and you get to choose one of those guys to help fight. Okay. But the other guy that you don't choose, your opponent gets to help. So it's 2-on-2. Okay? So you get to choose one of these people. One of these people. Are you going with Floyd Mayweather or Conor McGregor?
To be on my side?
Yeah, you get to pick. The other guy gets the other guy, though.
Damn. You know what? I might have to go with Floyd Mayweather on that one.
Yeah. Okay.
I might have to go with Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
For you know what? No. Let me backtrack. Hold on. In a bar. You know what? Nah. In a bar, I'm gonna go with Conor.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Conor. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and the reason why I would go with Conor. And what did you say about the other guy? Like, what happens with the other guy?
So the other guy gets the other guy that you don't pick. So if you take Floyd, he gets Conor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the reason why I would get Conor, first of all, Floyd is used to boxing.
Yep.
That's his thing. He is the master at boxing.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't no ring. This is a bar, and Conor is Irish. He probably fought a bunch of bars before.
Oh yeah, it's a guarantee. He definitely got drunk and was throwing pool tables and sticks and shit. Yeah, that's Conor. Yep.
Yeah, and so me, I'm not worried about the other guy. Like the other guy I'm fighting, I'm gonna fuck him up one way or another. But you got to worry about Floyd.
Yeah.
The thing is, but the reason why I was gonna go with Floyd first is because I believe that boxing is probably the most practical form of any type of self-defense. But when you add kickboxing in it, it does give you a little bit more of an edge because now you got to worry about feet.
Yeah.
Conor knows how to use his feet.
Mm-hmm.
If you take a stool and hit his legs is probably trained to withstand that. Floyd's legs is probably not trained to withstand like a kick to the leg, So I don't know. It just feels more practical to get someone like Conor for that type of situation.
it's always like I like to see where people's mind go. Because for instance, there was somebody that was like, they would take Floyd over Conor because they would fight Conor, and Floyd would fight the other guy, and he knows that Floyd would win.
Oh,
So he would be like, all I have to do is survive a few minutes while Floyd is taking apart the other dude, and then it's gonna be me and Floyd versus Conor, and more than likely we're gonna win because Floyd,
bro. But the thing with Floyd, he's known for his defense. Like his defense is impeccable. Not saying he can't go on the offensive, but you're in a bar, man.
Yeah, and it's not a power. He's not a power puncher. You know, he's like he takes you apart slowly. So,
dude, Conor's the type of dude will throw a leg kick and go grab a bottle and crack it.
Yeah, bash your stuff.
Yo, like it's hard, man. Like I want somebody that's gonna get rowdy. You know? Like,
yeah. He's gonna get hit and bleed and laugh. That's how Conor. He's like, pass
Conor crazy like that. And then plus, Conor probably would want some type of, he would want some kind of rematch with Floyd anyway. So
like, oh, this is the first time we was boxing. Now I'm on the ground. Now, and that's the thing that I know for a fact. When they were talking about Conor, and kudos to Conor because he survived a lot longer than I thought he was. But if it were flipped, I don't think that Floyd would last that long. I think Conor would have taken him out pretty quick. And it's not the same thing against Floyd because he's a great athlete. But I think the learning curve of an MMA fighter learning, getting a little bit better with boxing versus a boxer learning how to use his feet, the timing, the flexibility, all that stuff. It's so far-fetched. You give Floyd like 3 or 4 years, maybe, but like, you know what I mean?
It's different because the MMA guy, he's already using his hands.
He's already used his hands before. He may not be the greatest boxer, but he understands like how to move. He understands the jab, and so
like get Floyd on the ground. Like, what is he gonna do?
You gotta snap him up quick. You gotta choke him out. So, but it's always a good thought. I've asked questions on like different like heavyweights, martial artists, like across the board. So I like to pick people's minds and see where your mind would go with that. So, that's a cool thing. All right. So I'm all set with all my questions. Where do people find you to reach out to you on social media, to follow you on social media? Where are your plugs? Where do they contact you at?
You can find me on Instagram at James_M_Black. I also just created the TikTok. I fell victim to the TikTok wave. I hate it. But that's also James M Black 88.
Okay.
And same thing on Facebook, James M Black.
Okay.
James M Black 4.
Okay. You have an IMDb page?
I do.
Okay.
Same name.
So same thing. So you can find James Black. You research it, Google him. Show support, follow this guy because he's doing big things. And like I said, I pray. I make sure I send a prayer for every the people that I interview. I follow your career, and I'm happy that you came on my show. I only hope blessings and success, bro. I want to make sure that you are good. If you ever need anything from me on my end, you let me know. And like I said, we'll talk about other projects that I'm working on. I'm definitely going to try to include you because I'm a martial artist as well. So, getting other guys that are in that realm of things, stunts, that can kind of help a lot of different projects. So yeah, I'm definitely going to reach out when the time comes. So be on the lookout of that. And like I said, I appreciate you being on my show, and many, many more blessings for you. All right,
dude. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you. All right. So for the fans, thank you for watching this episode, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.